Told him I ain't selling it for nothing less than lavish.
Nah, come on, man.
Draco made a hit with this one.
Yeah, and Jazzy had no chill with this hun floating. I'm hoping this no breaks in this run potent. I'm chosen, this is not a diss song. What's up, y'all? Man, sometimes I wish I could take y'all with me everywhere I go. Maybe one day I will, but for right now, I just would love to continue to incorporate y'all into the personal aspects of myself, the spiritual aspects of myself, the raw aspects of myself. So yes, there's Royal in the back, there's my sister in the other room, there's my lover in the other room, and then there's me in this room, taking time and just shifting my vibration in the way of just changing my background, but still keeping the same polar energy of spirituality. Yesterday we pulled the towers, and I wanted to talk about decision making, and now I think it's so powerful because shout out to Prosperous Pay Tarot. If y'all don't know who Prosperous Pay is, I need to get it with her. You don't even have to tell her I sent you, but just thank me later in the spirit, you know, because she's definitely someone that's so aligned to me. Like I'll pull a card and she'll pull a card within the same aspect, but like not necessarily something that I look towards, but it's a lot of times where I see alignment with me and also other people who are spiritualists, and that can mean tarot cards, that can mean just the state of mind, it can also mean just physical representation, and that's literally all we have in common. So there's things to decipher, but there's always one signature energy, and I'm grateful for that. It's based through God, and I'm definitely honored to be a representation of expression of spirituality and just things beyond the scene, but also just things that are obviously showing a strong signal just by being, like me just representing someone with locks, or just a soul sister. It's a beautiful imagery that I would love to depict in my own signature. So it's funny, the Two of Pentacles is still on the bottom. That means that didn't shuffle it from yesterday. But it's powerful that that card was also on in Prosperous Pays. And just deeper insight on it just made me feel like God uses us all as vessels because of our experiences and our capability to say just the right thing that someone, maybe my own dialect, may need to hear. Concepts and just word of mind or word of experience is all symbolic, because I could connect with someone with just a mind state, but not necessarily resemblance or even geographically in the same mind place. So those two things are definitely different, but they all correlate and they all bring a different side out of you that is always so relevant. Got the High Priest on the bottom of the deck, and I feel like I'm at this point with my expression that I enjoy. I look forward to my time to myself. I look forward to healing myself, and I do feel like the best healing that you can receive just in this time and day is the understanding yourself. So starting with your birth chart and just focusing on whatever. If you feel like with me, I know I have to work on my heart chakra. I feel like I would focus on more of the scorpionic energy. There's a reason why I repel Scorpios when I used to be so opening to that. I used to look forward to someone with depth that is Scorpio, and that's also my Venus and my North Node and some other things in my chart that we won't mention, but that in itself is symbolic. So I carry that with me, but yet I repel that. So in turn, I would just say that all things are of importance, but getting to a state of understanding myself more deeper, even the things that I may repel or may think I'm uninterested in, understanding where that root from is the true healing. A lot of time confliction is always played out symbolically, like if you have tension within just your ability to connect emotionally, you'll die from like something in connection with your heart, or something with your brain would be someone that's overstimulated, someone that's always trying to find an answer rather than just taking what's raw about the world. And it's just so many symbolisms in this world, and I just definitely want to be able to have the purest representation of what I stand for, always being as a distinguishing factor in everything that I do. Today, as I'm shuffling the cards, oh, we got one. I was just gonna say it feels pretty smooth. So we got the King of Swords and the Five of Wands. It was both upright. I'm sorry, y'all. Sometimes they just come differently, but um, um, some things I would highlight about this is that some people actually have masks on and some don't. And then there's actually a girl that you can't see her face, but beyond that, these are the equal amount of people with and without. But she has the yin yang symbolism in her head. That's something to stand for. That makes me feel like this is a symbol of mindset, maybe mindset within oneself or also just in humanity, because we are incorporating a lot of other people. But the sword, I feel like, is definitely a mindset. I love that we have the butterfly and just the bird, and also the bird right on top of her, but also those big luscious clouds on top of her boots. But the luscious, it's funny how the veil allow you to see the boots, because she's very much a queen, but them boots is giving sassy, and the clouds are just giving just like mind state. So I'm thinking that this has to do with something, including our mindset and how we just choose to perceive the reality of things. We'll see how it flows though. We're gonna start with the Queen of Swords. It says, the queen has unflinching perception and she can cut to the truth of the matter in seconds. She can be blunt, brutally honest, and very forward. But just because she's truthful doesn't mean she's lacking compassion and humor. She's still understanding because she can truly see the entire situation for what it is. If you're the queen, it's time to set your emotional aside and try to view things intelligently with clarity and honesty. So beautiful how I highlighted those emotions of just the heart and also the mind, and balancing that within just what they said, with clarity and honesty. Man, that's powerful. Let's see what the Five of Wands is talking about. The reason why I do these readings is definitely personalized. I want everyone to know that tarot is something that you can develop. It's a craft that people are getting a lot of money for, but people do it for other people. When you're just doing it for yourself to get to know exactly what these energies represent before you even trying to pay somebody for a service, that's what I'm doing publicly on camera. But it's also acknowledging the spiritual, mystical part of my being that is very much a big part of my reality on the outer, and just embracing that in my DNA code, and also just in my future journeys and things that I can inspire for just a new generation of humanity. So the Five of Wands, it says, something important has been lost and you're filled with soul crushing sadness and despair. Maybe a relationship has ended or you've been laid off. Whatever it has destroyed your hopes um, for the perfect future you had envisioned. It's okay to feel defeated and mourn. Sadness is a part of the process. You'll start to feel hope again eventually, and there's more love waiting for you when you're ready. So maybe that's something that I needed to mention, because the 501 is like fighting so many mindsets and fighting so many things. Well, these people don't really want to fight with each other. A lot of these people not even looking at their target or their victim. It's like you're fighting yourself. And I just feel like even when you have a balance of all these emotional things, there will be conflictions of what you think is right or wrong. But I think it's important for us to remember that there's a balance. There's a balance between peace of mind and also the state of conflict. And a lot of times that has nothing to do with anybody else. It's about what is most relevant to what you want and what you desire, and how does that look. Play that out day by day. And it's important to do things in your own way. Make time for the things that you feel are significant and build on that, because whatever is lost is not really a loss. It's just making room for things that are more aligned to you, and that's beautiful. Sometimes people lose things, like they feel like they had everything they want, but it's more aligned to them to have nothing, because they don't really worship or really understand the beauty in just abundance, or to have what you need. So you don't worship things as much, but it also can look like you don't really need those things. And and those type of people be the realest people that tell you a lot about life. But I know that I enjoy comfort, so I think that anything that may manifest in despair is not necessarily a misfortune. It's just something that we grow from, something that we choose to progress through and make it like a testimony. So that's where we at with it. And I'm grateful for all these energies, we turn it around and we know that things that are destined for you is definitely something that you don't want to avoid, but you definitely want to make the best out of every situation and opportunity, because when you're living like that, then life really does flow in a beautiful way. And yeah, that's where we are with it. Peace, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be actually right now, but yeah, we're flowing and we're doing things exactly how we should, y'all. Peace and blessings, and balance. I'll be back tomorrow. Y'all make today prosperous. Y'all make today positive, and you remember that what you think about it matters. Peace. See y'all later.